When you walk through the garden, gotta watch your back. Well, I beg your pardon. Walk the straight and narrow track. If you walk with Jesus, He's gonna save your soul. You gotta keep a devil
You're checking out the Opie and Anthony Show. Of course, the theme song from The Wire.
Which changes every year, by the way. They have a different version every year, a different person singing it every year.
Yeah, I just noticed that because I'm in the second season. It's a bluesier version. And who do we got in studio, Jimmy?
Tristan Wilds, who came on in season 4.
Yes, sir.
And I couldn't be happier right now because Tristan and I were talking during the break, and I'm like, were you a fan of the show before you actually auditioned and got on it? And he said, yeah, man, but when they killed Stringer Bell, and up goes another one down. He immediately.
I'm trying to avoid spoilers right off the bat. And I already know Omar's going to be dead eventually. Stringer Bell is going to be dead.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Jimmy's just getting me back because when we talk about Lost, Jimmy will throw his headphones and cover his ears so he doesn't hear spoilers. So he's getting whatever.
So yeah, that really was. Now you play Michael
yes, sir, yes.
in season 4. And how did it come about that you got the part? Because you had a great role. It's almost like in a weird way, like a Michael Corleone thing, where you start off as this sweet kid, and you become really like this person capable of murder, like really detached.
Yeah, well, actually, when I first auditioned for the role, I auditioned for, don't laugh, I auditioned for the role of Randy, the snitch.
In season 4 there was a little snitch who was certainly not the character you are.
So I auditioned for him, and I guess they liked me enough to call me back for another role. So they called me back for the role of Michael, and they picked me. But playing that role, man, it's just like you said. It was like a kid who seemed like he was just real cool, real quiet, just take care of his brother, all of that, and wound up, I don't want to spoil nothing.
No, just go. Let her rip.
Wound up killing people,
Yeah.
So
there was a great scene because he plays a guy. The mother's a drug addict and horrible, and the stepfather's in jail, and the stepfather comes back. And the reason that the character Michael gets into the working for this guy Omar, Marlo Stansfield, who becomes the new kingpin, is because there's No, I don't want to get into it, but once Stringer Bell is dead, just things change.
I'm going to take a walk down the hall.
And all I'm going to say is this: just look forward to Marlo. You got something great to look forward to.
All right, very nice, good.
And there's an implied sexual abuse. He's got a younger brother, and the stepfather comes back to jail, and there's an implied sexual abuse that you obviously suffered, and that the kid's about to suffer. And so you go to these guys and basically give them you if they will kill him.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
It's a really intense. It's one of the best beatdowns ever filmed. Was when
yo, I remember I was on set that day and I got to watch it. Man, like just watching Benga, who plays Chris, just watching him beat down that character. Everybody on set was just like, what? Wow, like how do you and because they had like a doll to act like to show his face because they couldn't really beat down the real guy.
No, of course not. He beat him to death.
so they had a doll there, and when I tell you Benga wrecked this doll's face, like his jaw was pushed back into his mouth. It was crazy.
And there's a character Snoop who's actually her name is Felicia Pearson, I think, and she was a real Baltimore problem. Like she was like I don't know if she's a drug dealer, but she came from the streets of Baltimore
for real.
Exactly. Yes,
hardcore.
They based her character, the character of Snoop, off of her real life. She got out. She went to jail for whatever she did, and she got out. And she changed herself. So then they were interested in her story, so they bought it and they bought her with it, so she could sell it.
And there's
Damn.
And you have a very powerful scene. You might want to cover your ears.
Yeah, please.
I already read it on instant feedback. That's another one down.
First, before I get to that scene, let me ask you a question. When Omar got killed, I was shocked that they did it.
You were?
Couldn't believe. Yes, I wanted a gun battle. I never realized what a Hollywood-ending horse's ass I am until they shot Omar, and I'm like, all right, look. Bring him back next week. I'll forget it ever happened. I'll let it go. I don't need consistency. Just make him walk around again. You couldn't believe he was dead because it was before it was supposed to happen.
You were hoping for a dream sequence.
Of course, I would have expected.
Oh, okay, that was a dream.
Cheesy,
right?
Or if he would have just got up and went, I'm back from the dead. I would have went, it could happen. It could happen. We don't know anything.
Yeah. You just wanted him back.
No, honestly. I didn't think it was like, it didn't shock me because last season when I went to Marlo and I asked Marlo for the thing for the the thing that he did for me.
Sure, yeah.
So
which was to kill the stepfather, yeah.
Exactly. His boyfriend was looking out the window and his boyfriend said, "Who is that?" And Omar looked out the window and said, "He's just a kid." So that shows you that he just underestimated kids.
Yeah, very true. Very true, because there was and that little kid, Kennard, who shot him. Oh, was he a psychopath? You could just see it in the scenes. Wasn't he like calling him a gimp when he was limping? I mean, he was shot by a little kid, and you never did you know that was coming in the script or no?
Honestly, I didn't know, but when I seen it, I wasn't surprised. I wasn't surprised at all because of how he didn't back down and how he was following him during the I think it was episode 8. You just knew that something was going to go down.
Well, see, to you, though, it was just Michael laying there. Like, look at Michael laying there with the makeup on his head. For me, Omar had just been shot. Yeah. It ruined my week. I was really, really, but it also, to me, saved, like, the integrity of the show is completely intact because that's what had to happen. He's not a superhero. He's just a guy who robs drug dealers and who's as vulnerable to being shot as anybody else. And it really, to me, made the show. That cemented it as one of the greatest shows I'm ever going to see because they killed a guy I loved before they could have let him go on.
Yeah.
And they didn't. And then you in the week after, what a great scene you have in the truck.
Oh boy.
With you don't want to cover.
Opie.
He shoots. Now, did you know you were going to wind up killing Snoop or no?
Honestly, I didn't. And when we did that scene, I kind of had a little problem with it because my first season, me and Snoop, we really got close. Like, she's my big sister to me. Yeah. So to actually go through with that scene, it took a lot out of me.
Yeah.
There was the line to me that it was such a great way to do it. They just know how to kill people. I know we don't have that one. I should have asked you to get that one, but I didn't think to get it. Was Tristan and Michael and Snoop are in the truck, and she's taking him to be killed.
Oh boy.
And
yeah. Oh boy.
And he knows it. So he pulls a pistol on her. He's like, "Pull over, I gotta take a leak." It's like The Godfather when Clemenza said, "Pull over, I gotta take a leak." And she's a hardcore lesbian and she doesn't play games with guys. And you're pointing the gun at her, and then she just kind of looks away and she's like, "How's my hair look, Mike?" And you're like, "You look good, girl." And you shot her. And it was such a bizarre piece of dialogue. Do you have any idea what they were doing? I have my theory, but I want to hear yours if there was a reason for that.
I mean, I honestly don't know. You'd have to ask the writers, but my theory behind it is like, this is Snoop knew what was going to go down. They knew what they bred, because that's what they did. They bred me to be this way. So they knew what they bred inside of me, and she knew what was going to go down. So her last moments were trying to feel like a girl. So how does my hair look?
Yeah, something nice, right? Just wanting to hear something nice. Wouldn't it be funny if you asked the writers, and they're like, no, she was just concerned about her hair.
She improv that.
Yeah, she
just wanted to know how her braids looked. That's it.
Hey,
it was wanting to feel like a girl, though.
I got a general question, because I really don't know your role. Not yet. But general question, a lot of people, actually, this is coming in, a lot of the actors don't seem like actors, like they're real street thugs. What's the deal with that? Did they get a lot of guys from the hood, or maybe saying the hood is pretty white to me. I don't know, but from the streets,
there are a couple. I can't say that they don't, but there are a couple people that are from the streets, and there are a couple people who are actually actors who are just tremendous actors, like people who you would think like Wood Harris or the guy who plays Stringer Bell, Idris Elba. You would think those dudes, oh my God, these dudes are actually killers. Oh my God, Omar's really a killer. When really you meet these guys in the street and they're real actors. They're like professional actors. They do this.
So you're acting since 2003. I was reading in your bio.
Yes, sir.
And what do you got going on now? I know you got other projects. You're gonna get a lot of work out of that.